Flagpoles date back approximately 2,000 years. A woodworker would find a straight tree and prune the limbs to produce a pole to put in the ground and tie a flag to the top. Fiberglass became an alternative in the late 1950s when PLP started manufacturing in Enfield, Connecticut. In 1972, the company moved to Fitzwilliam, New Hampshire, where it remains today. Each pole's unique design is reviewed and provided to the fabricators for production. The fabrication process starts with wrapping a device called a mandrel with paper. This creates a uniform base and will allow the poles to slide off the mandrels when completed. A layer of mylar plastic is then spiral wrapped onto the mandrel. This prevents fiberglass resin from reaching the paper or the mandrel. After the mandrel is appropriately protected, fiberglass matting is spun onto the mandrels by hand according to their customized design. Each layer of fiberglass is tied down using fiberglass threads. This keeps the shape of the pole uniform while also creating additional strength. Wet-out resin is applied in several passes. Rollers help press the resin into the fibers, creating a fully saturated product. Once the final layer of resin is applied, then the poles are tightly wrapped and ready for scrim, a thin fiberglass mesh that gives the pole a smooth finish. Applying pigmented surface resin is the last step in the fabrication process. This final coat provides a deep resin coloration to match the finished paint color. Once the surface resin has hardened enough to handle, the poles are removed from the mandrels and placed on shelving to cure for a minimum of 24 hours. Poles are loaded onto a sander that will gently sand the surface while removing any imperfections. While sanding, poles are carefully inspected to make sure the surface is consistent and smooth. Poles are then sprayed with a two-part paint system that creates a beautiful enamel-like finish with superior weather resistance. Fittings kits are assembled with all the components needed to complete the installation process. This is all the hardware needed to connect a flag to the pole, even the gold ball on the top. A flagpole needs to be further customized if a customer requests that it be internalized, when all the components needed to raise and lower the flag are installed inside the shaft of the pole. Each pole is inspected once more, then wrapped and inserted into cardboard tubes, ready for shipment. Most flagpoles ship on tractor trailers that leave the plant weekly, but some local deliveries are made using the Zeus truck. Since 1964, Zeus has been crafting the highest quality composite flagpoles in America, each one by hand, and each of them made in Monadnock. Like and follow this channel for more videos about fascinating products made locally, and we'll talk to you next time on Made in Monadnock.